Now, a lot of you have been at your wits' end trying to figure your way between BigCommerce and Volusion. Now, today's Vikram Online based video essentially aims to clear the air once and for all, and you will see for yourself wherein BigCommerce scores big time on Volusion practically on every single facet. And before I proceed any further, I would also like to reiterate that BigCommerce offers this 15-day trial, which is absolutely commitment free, and you're not bound by any kind of restriction of any kind, including the fact that you don't even need a credit card. You can start your free trial right now. I provided the direct link to this very page, which will clearly showcase the fact that practically on every feature, every facet, BigCommerce scores big time over Volusion. So to get started, first of all, making it very clear that retailers are definitely making a big BA for BigCommerce vis-a-vis Volusion. So let's see why. And in terms of unlimited products, BigCommerce offers that, whereas Volusion does not. Unlimited bandwidth, BigCommerce offers that, Volusion does not. Bandwidth overage fees, there are no such fees on BigCommerce, whereas Volusion charges $7 per GB. SSL installation fee on BigCommerce, again there's nil, whereas Volusion charges a very high $99. The trial length, yes, as I clearly mentioned, there's this 15-day trial, and whereas on Volusion it's a 14-day trial. Okay, to be fair, there isn't much of a difference because we are not looking at a huge margin per se, 14 versus 15. The blog on BigCommerce is built in, whereas on Volusion it's third party. Abandoned cart saver on BigCommerce, you've got automated recovery emails, whereas on Volusion you simply have a static report. Multi-currency support, BigCommerce supports that, Volusion does not. Age of platform and code base, BigCommerce is just 6 years, whereas Volusion is 16 years. SEO settings are preset on BigCommerce, whereas they're manual on Volusion. Finally, when it comes to the product URL structure, BigCommerce keeps it simple, where you've simply got domain.com/product, whereas Volusion may complicates things a little more because you've got a domain.com/product slash underscore p slash gm121.htm. So clearly that's way more complicated. And to further get a feel for this, the superiority of BigCommerce vis-a-vis Volusion, let's actually take a real-time trial. And this looks into how much money would you reinvest with no bandwidth fees. And to get an answer to that question, we need to answer these aspects. First of all, page size. What is the average size in KB of a page on your e-commerce site? So let's say, to keep things very simple, let's say 25 KB. That's a simple page that we're looking at. Monthly visitors. How many visitors does your e-commerce site typically receive in a month? Again, to keep things really simple, let's say 1,000 visitors in a month, about 30 odd a day. Page views per visitor. How many pages does a visitor to your e-commerce site typically view? It should be at least 3 homepage, product, and checkout. Usually, when you have a visitor coming in, they do check out more than 3. So let's say 10. So we've got these aspects in place. Calculate actual cost. So let's check that out. Now, what you'll actually pay with Volusion. Number of GB per month 1. The package, mini package, will have a list price of 15 with 1 GB included, no overage, actual cost $15. Likewise, Plus Pro Premium cost 35, 75, 135. So clearly there's way more cost involved when it comes to Volusion. That is the reason, when with overages, going way over the top, you don't want to stick to that and switch to BigCommerce ASAP. And that's the reason already there are 500 plus Volusion merchants who've actually made the transition to BigCommerce. And let's say some of them and what they have to say. Like Kathy Huss at Diva Dog, she was a former Volusion client. She says Volusion's interface scared me right off. BigCommerce is much better. and their support was very terse, especially when I cancelled. You guys have just been so helpful with those webinars and the consultants. Likewise, Kenny Kane at Cancer, who's also a former Volusion client, she says, in 4 months on BigCommerce, we surpassed revenue for all of 2012 on Volusion. So you can very well imagine. And Rita Shelley at Sisugard, again another former Volusion client. We used to see less than 1% mobile conversion on Volusion, and on BigCommerce, we're above 10%. Our sales overall have increased 55% after switching because of the look and feel of the site and its functionality. So you can see that people are clearly making the switch from Volusion onto BigCommerce because they see a lot of benefit, and once they see that, they don't see any of the complexity, any of the challenges which Volusion unfortunately has to offer. They want to make the switch, and once they made the switch, they clearly wants to remain on BigCommerce. So BigCommerce on every front scores over Volusion in so many different ways. So that's something I will reiterate, and therefore I would like to probably once and for all establish the fact that when it comes to BigCommerce versus Volusion, BigCommerce clearly scores on practically every front. And that's the reason, yet again, I reiterate that do start your free 15-day trial. Once you've started your trial and gone through the entire process, you will yourself find that BigCommerce scores in a very big way. So without further ado, go ahead, make the most of it. The link is there in the description below this video. You simply need to click on that. You can get to this very page. You can yourself compare BigCommerce and Volusion and eventually get going with your BigCommerce trial.